You want to do a mango mukbang?
Yes.
You know what that is?
Yeah, we're going to eat mangoes.
And just like eat, right?
Eat mangoes.
People do that on the internet. They eat, and people watch them eat. And I thought it was stupid, but then we watch people eat.
Yeah, and we love it.
Yeah. And watch what you say. No, I don't want to go back and edit this video. I want to just let it run for 10, 12 minutes. Let these people see us eat some mango. Call it a day.
Okay. Well, what is that?
That's a Nam Doc Mai.
Wow.
Can you get my towel?
No.
When I eat mango, I eat it with a towel, not a paper towel, not a napkin, a bath towel. Heck, if they're sweet enough, I have to use a beach towel. But you see here, behind us, is a ton of mango. And tonight we're going to be making mango jam with that mango. But we're also going to eat a bunch of them right now. And one of the ones we want to start with, grab that guy right there. This is called a Hayden. And Hayden is one of the workhorse commercial variety mangoes here in South Florida. We're tropical fruit farmers, and Hayden is a very common variety. And I'm going to take a bite of a Hayden right now. We've been eating the mango. This is what we were doing. I said, you know what? Let's turn the camera on. So no, we take a bite of that Hayden. Hayden is around since like the 1920s. It was first cultivated, and it's a very popular variety down here in South Florida. Now,
Oh, so good. Very juicy.
Now you do get mango snobs talking about, oh, Hayden, you don't know mangoes if you like a Hayden. Well,
I don't understand.
I like what I like.
They're hated.
They're haters. They're gatekeepers. There's a lot of gatekeeping. Look, let's face it. Any hobby, any interest, anything you're into, there's going to be gatekeeping, right? I was shocked when I found there was gatekeeping in the tropical fruit world.
Why? It's everywhere.
People can't just enjoy a hobby and let other people enjoy a hobby. They got to be like, well, I've been doing this longer than you. I have a bigger collection than you. I have some insights and knowledge that you don't have. I know some people in this thing that you don't know.
People love to tell you what to do. You know? They do.
They do. So the Hayden became a commercial variety. It replaced a mango called the Mulgoba about 100 years ago. And the Hayden was the popular commercial variety, but as we showed you, Haydens have a tendency to get dirty.
What's that?
There's a naturally occurring fungus called Anthracnose that settles. It settles on mangoes, it settles on leaves. And some mangoes are a little more resistant to it than others. The Hayden happens to be very susceptible. Now here's Nam Doc Mai. You can get a little bit of discoloration, right? A little bit of staining, but they tend to be more resistant. Now, what you have to do if you want to keep your Haydens clean, like here's an example. That's a clean skin from a Hayden. Look at how nice and pretty that is, right?
It doesn't even look like a Hayden.
Right. Well, that's because you have to spray them every 2 weeks.
Oh.
And if you spray them with an antifungal, that keeps them clean, right? But the flesh inside is the same. Like this here, this is a Hayden, right? See that dirt on the flesh? But if I peel away the skin, the flesh is unaffected. So look at that. If you can look right there, here's the skin, there's the flesh, it's unaffected, right? But people don't like to buy fruit that looks like it has scabbing or scarring on it.
Yeah.
As a result, this variety became very popular.
Which
the
one?
Tommy. This is from the same grove as that Hayden. It's unsprayed. But look at how clean they are.
They're
right?
super clean.
And in business, you got to think about who your customer is, right? If you design fishing lures, you're not designing lures designed to catch fish. You're designing lures to catch fishermen.
Yep.
And if you have the best lure out there, but people don't buy it, you have failed as a fishing lure company. On the other hand, if you put out a decent product and a lot of people buy it, even if there's better product, you've succeeded. That's kind of the story of the Tommy. Good tasting mango, right?
Yeah.
You're not going to spit it out or nothing like that. It's good tasting mango. Excellent tasting piece of fruit. For a lot of people, it's one of the best pieces of fruit you're ever going to eat in your life, depending on where you live, right? But the reason the Tommy was selected is because of the disease resistance, the productivity, how fast the tree grows, etc. Now, I was picking Tommies yesterday. I love picking Tommies because
What is that?
I go up in the machine. The bag holds 250 pounds.
Okay.
I can fill a bag on one tree.
No way.
It's a feeding. It's so easy. You're just like boom, 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 boom,
It's a
boom.
beautiful mango.
And then right to the truck, dump. You go back. You can fill a bin, 1,000-pound bin, with 3 trees and maybe have some left over. I mean, it's so.
Wow.
From a productivity standpoint, the Tommy is a really good mango. I think the Hayden also has that productivity, but susceptible to disease. So the Hayden fell out of favor. The Tommy took over. In my opinion, I think a Hayden tastes a little better than the Tommy. I don't know what you think.
Yes.
Yeah. So I sell Haydens. I sell the ugly ones. I sell them as uglies. We do discount the box. We sell them at guacfarm.com. GUACFARM.com. Let me take one more bite of a Hayden.
Look at what I'm doing with the Hayden.
That is so good. Now, on the other end of the spectrum, you've got these like specialty varieties that we've imported from other countries. Like this one here is called a Kesar. Now, it doesn't grow with that. I wrote that on there, Kesar. It's an Indian variety. And if you smell it, it's got this nice resiny, aromatic smell to it. It's so nice. Now, this is what I call a specialty mango. I don't grow the specialty mangoes commercially. I've got a few specialty mangoes out in the backyard for us to eat. But commercially, I grow the workhorses, such as the Hayden, the Tommy. This one here called a Van Dyke.
Oh.
Is this the Van Dyke? No, that's more of that Cary. Okay.
I think that one is, no?
This is the Cary right here.
Yeah, but this one's the Van Dyke.
This is the Van Dyke. Yeah, Van Dyke, we know Van Dyke because it's got that little bump, that little bird beak. Oh, it is so good.
It is real good.
Oh, and this week our customers got 2 or 3 Van Dykes in every box, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I never know what I'm going to be shipping from week to week. It depends on what Mother Nature gives me. I went out yesterday, Monday to pick. Go ahead. I knew there were a bunch of Van Dykes, and I knew there was a ton of Nam Doc Mai ready to go. And I said, oh, my customers are in for a treat. Because, Because not only are these tasty varieties, both the Nam Doc and the Van Dyke, but they are pretty. Like, they just look real good in a box, when you open the box.
Beautiful.
I get there to find my fucking Nam Docs are stolen. Somebody broke into my grove.
Why people do that? That is just...
Because they're fucking assholes, that's why. And all that was left was the ones that's way up on top, or the ones you got to go like up inside the tree canopy. They came and plucked probably about 1,000 pounds worth of Nam Doc and screwed us over, But like I say, that's one of the varieties we gave this. I did have some that I was able to give, but this.
Can I eat more?
Yeah, the Van Dyke is so good.
Wow. Look at how
Classic
juicy.
mango flavor.
Look at that.
Very juicy, very fruity. A little bit of an apricot hint to it. Now let's cut open a Nam Doc. We cut one open earlier, but we ate it all. Let me cut this guy open. So what I like to do is kind of just go right along the seed. Nam Doc has a small...
Look at how juicy.
thing. Yeah, I know the juice is dripping out. And oh, look at that flesh. Yum. Now, Nam Doc, this one ripened on the tree. Normally what I do is I pick them when there's still a few days and let them ripen at room temperature, which is the right way to do a mango. This guy ripened on the tree, and you can see if I let it on the tree a couple more days, it would have had jelly seed. It was starting to turn to jelly seed. And with this rain we've been having, Noe, it's going to get even more common. We got to get our mangoes when they're ready off the tree. But
gotta go around.
Nam Doc has a great flavor. And
Oh my God.
if you're a mango eater and all you've been eating are like classic mango flavor, Florida mangoes, and someone said close your eyes and they gave you a spoonful of Nam Doc, you might not know you're eating a mango because it's a different flavor.
Yeah, you will not know.
Uh-huh.
You will not understand. Your brain will not understand that you're eating a mango.
There's a honey sweetness to it.
Yeah.
The flesh is different. The aftertaste is different. So good. Now,
Amazing.
I want to do an experiment.
What?
Well, I've been picking these, and I don't know the name, but I tasted them out in the grove.
They're good?
Not just good, they're amazing.
No way.
Yeah, and I have one around here somewhere that's ripe. I think that's it, right? See, it's got the little bump.
Yeah.
I thought this was a big Van Dyke, but these aren't Van Dykes. These are something else. So here's what it looks like on the tree. Here's what it looks like when it's been left to finish ripening at room temperature.
Let's try it, see if it has the same flavor.
I'm not sure what it is. Next time I'm at the Grove, I'll have to pick the landowner's brain. He's got a map of, you know, what's what on the Grove. People sometimes, you know, get on my case. Hey, I bought mangoes from you and you didn't label them. And I get that a lot of the other mango vendors do label their mangoes. But me, sometimes I don't even know what it is. I mean, you know, this Grove that I have is over 100 years. It's 100 years old, and it's been top worked a bunch of times. The other thing is, it's very costly to label each mango. Like, I try to keep my boxes cheap so people can enjoy the fruit and eat the fruit. And we found out early on that in the time it would take me to do 10 boxes with labels and all that stuff, we can get like 100 out the door here. So I don't even know what kind this is, Noe, and I don't even know.
I have a question. Is this a Van Dyke? Like?
Yeah, that's from the Van Dyke. Yeah.
Let's try.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
It's nice.
But it's a different mango. You're right.
Yeah, tastes a lot like the Naomi. Mm-hmm. You know, obviously, this is in the Florida mango lineage. Not sure what kind it is. Mm-hmm.
No.
Oh, that's good.
Wow, I have like a sweet afterkick.
Yeah, that's good, but it reminded me a little bit of a Valencia Pride too. A little bit of a coconut flavor. Well, the good news for our customers, even though we don't know the name of it, a bunch of people got this in their boxes this week too, and that was really good. Before we bored these people to tears, Noe, just sitting here eating fruit in front of them. Yeah, take a bite of that. Let's see what that is. I think that's
this is a Van Dyke.
left over from the
yeah,
Van
half
Dyke.
and half. So you can understand the difference between what you just ate and this. Yeah. Two different things.
Yeah, this has more of like a resiny flavor, more of a spicy flavor. That one had that classic Florida mango, you know, in line with a Kid, a Ken, a Glen. You know what I mean? Orange good.
So good.
But one of the ones we have before us here, and it's delicious, is called the Cary. And I love the Cary. And unfortunately, I didn't get a lot of Carys this year in our Grove. But, and I mean, when I say I didn't get a lot, we got like a dozen. Like rather than 1,000 or 2,000, I know.
Amazing.
Rather than thousands of pounds, we got like 12 fruit. And so,
Wow.
I've just been picking them and taking them home for us to eat. But is that not a delicious mango?
This is amazing.
Just a delicious mango.
So good.
And no, if they wanted to buy any of these mangoes, where can they go to get them?
Whatfarm.com.
GUHDFARM.com. Now, back to the topic here where they broke into the Grove and stole my Nam Doc Mai's. Same thing happened last year. So whoever's doing it knows they're there, and they specifically want the Nam Docs. Now, there's a part of me that thinks maybe they're stealing other stuff, but since I only have like 10 Nam Doc trees, it's easy for me to notice. Plus the Nam Docs, they grow on the outside. They grow on the inside, but they grow on the outside and they hang like rain, and they're just very noticeable, and you can really see when you go back and they're gone. But that bummed me out.
I know, you came home sad.
I'll give you the rest of that, Cary.
Oh, are you sure?
Yeah. And I'm gonna keep eating Nam Doc here. And so, you know, there's organized fruit crime, organized fruit theft down here. There's organized crime rings. They've got refrigerated trucks. They've got packing houses. They've got distribution channels. And they come into our groves. They steal our fruit. Since they're asshole fruit thieves, they also are unscrupulous. They'll pick the fruit before it's even ripe and take it up into Miami and sell it to people.
I have a question.
Yeah.
If somebody gets caught doing that, what happened to that person?
Well, last week people got caught, and since we live in a new world now, 2 of them, their asses were on airplanes and they were sent back to their countries because they were here illegally. Within 12 hours.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good.
So now that we're kind of getting back into an era of like respect for the law and respect for people's private property, these guys are getting prosecuted. Now, at the growers committee meeting, the police report used to be, we made this many arrests in the past month. Like, so we're coming into June, right? So they'll give us the May report. It might be like, oh, in May we made 80 arrests, blah, blah, blah. And then they'll say, one guy we arrested 12 times. Because they bring them up to Miami, they send them in, the courthouse or the district, the magistrate or whatever, just sends them right back out the door.
I can be.
They don't prosecute them, they don't put them in jail, nothing. And then the next freaking day, they're down here stealing again. And the cops catch them. And now we're enforcing laws again. And they've stepped up the ag patrol, the agriculture patrol.
I see them around.
They're around, and they're looking at our grows, and they're working with us. I went walking into the meeting the other day, and the ag patrol cop, he comes up and he goes, hey man, I watch your videos.
Oh,
yeah, I was like, dang, that's cool. Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. And so now you'll get prosecuted.
Good.
And it's a felony. Even if you steal one mango, if you go onto a commercial farm and steal, it's prosecuted as a felony. And they're actually prosecuting now. And so that's a good thing. That's a good thing for us farmers. And you know what? You little neighborhood pilferers are just as bad. There's people who go around with telescoping poles and little ladders and bins, and they go right over people's fences and steal their fruit. And they, oh, that's just from Mother Nature. You know, they should share their fruit with everyone. Oh, there were too many mangoes for one person to eat anyway. No, it's not yours. Don't steal people's fruit. Don't steal people's fruit.
How can they think it's okay? I don't understand.
Yeah, like I know, I'll be wild. Now, we're on a farm and, you know, it'd take a lot for someone to get in here and, you know, but they do it, right? But when you're like living in a residence on the street and you got like 2 mango trees in your front yard, you go out the next day and all your freaking mangoes are gone, right? And I always think like, I'll have my eye on a mango and I'll say, ooh, when that gets a little more colorful, I'm gonna stand in front of that and that's gonna be like my background for a video. Or I have a friend coming, like this week, right? We had people, I saved particular mangoes for them to pick.
For people, for our friends who are coming.
Imagine you're a grandma and your kids are coming in from, your grandbabies are coming in from Wisconsin. And you're gonna pick mangoes and you're gonna make mango jam and mango popsicles and mango juice. And you go out and your mangoes are gone. And then some assholes there are like, ha ha ha, I jumped the fence and took their mangoes. It's no big deal, it's only mangoes. No, it is a big deal. You know, I had a person one time tell me they stole a bunch of fruit from a field. And they like, well, I didn't know who owned the field. There was no fence around it. And I was like, yeah, but you knew you didn't own the field.
Yeah.
Well, I just thought they were there for anyone. Oh yeah, like some guy's going to spend tens of thousands of dollars a year to grow fruit for anyone to come pick.
Okay, so tell me something. What's the difference between going and stealing a bunch of fruit into someone else's property, then going into someone else's property and stealing a bicycle or anything else?
No difference at all. No difference at all.
Why people think it's okay?
I think culturally people have gotten to a point where like crime ain't as big a deal. You know what I mean? And people are like, oh, like you get these idiots talking about subsistence theft. Oh, they're just shoplifting so their family could live. Oh, their family eats makeup. You know, they run into a CVS and steal makeup. Oh, subsistence theft, right? Oh, Tom, they're just stealing 1,000 pounds of your mangoes because they're hungry. First of all, ain't nobody hungry. I'm stuck in traffic every freaking day because down the street here, there's a food pantry. And they block the damn traffic. People are fat. Nobody's starving. Nobody's subsistence. There's no such thing as subsistence theft. Nobody is sitting here eating 1,000 pounds of my fruit that they stole yesterday. They're selling it. And they're probably buying drugs with the money. But then, I take a bite of this Van Dyke, and it takes all that away.
I know.
So anyways, hopefully the thieves don't come back. Last year they didn't, the year before they didn't. They only take the Nam Docs. They're very specific. They have a very specific taste in mango.
They probably have people that will want to buy it and they know, you know?
Yeah, there's a market. And so, and it probably is like the most specialty of all the mangoes I grow.
Yeah.
And it is delicious.
It's so delicious.
So, don't despair. If you're one of our customers and you like to eat our fruit, you can still get yourself a box of mangoes at guacfarm.com. GUACFARM.com. If you don't like mangoes, You can get yourself some Mamey. If you never heard of Mamey, I suggest you try it. And if you don't like either of those, our primary business is avocados. We sell our avocados out there too. So it's a rainy day, so I'm not doing any farm work today. It's a good excuse to go to the bank and get some banking done, which is what I'm going to do right now. So while I go do that, you guys all go to guacfarm.com, and I will see you on the next video.